Yo, everybody, let's go. It's time. Let me make sure that the stream's running smooth here. Okay, we're good. What's happening? You guys ready for some additional farming today? Let's see. Let's pick an item slot that we need to upgrade today. Because last time, what did we do last time? What did we upgrade? I think we had a bunch of good upgrades. Maybe I should do all of these collapsing horizons. I think I'd like to. I think I'd like to do that. The new portent. Yes, on here it looks ugly, but on the character it looks pretty good now. What do you think, Niche? On the character, I like it. But yes, on the I don't know, in your inventory it just looks awful. Absolutely awful. Let's check out that quiver that we were looking at. How many do we have? 3 LP of this quiver. Holy crap. I'm gonna ditch the 2 LP. Wow, I have like 4 of them here. There are 3 LP. And here's another one. And another one. I have 6 3 LP quivers. Three OP, 3 OP, 3 OP, 3 OP. I can re-roll them, I guess. Yeah, I can re-roll some of these. All right. These ones, we don't even need them. Does the Tron work well with the HoA build? It's great for boss fights. For boss fights, it's good because hit the boss or rarely. The reason it doesn't fall off as often as you think against bosses is because of Heartseeker. Because all you need to do is a hit. It doesn't have to be a Lamento hit. Heartseeker just ping, 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 ping. Keeps going for like a minute. And so it helps with that. Even when we're dodging and kiting. It's actually pretty good. Projectile noise. What do we got for void res? We good? You know what? I should probably upgrade some of these. Oh, that's maxed. How about Rainy Dragons? Let's max that one. What are you up to, Niche? I saw Frozen killed Uber Abbey with his build. They were crafting a new one. What class are you thinking? Shield Rush Forge Guard. Wasn't that like Giga Meta last season? Wasn't like the thing to play. So how do I make a cemetery spawn, man? Where's my cemeteries at? I am lacking in cemeteries. Do I just explore? Not at all. Maybe it was different shield stuff. Shield bash? Probably.
That was close.
I know last season they added that weird axe that looks like a shield and gives shield bonuses.
Freedom at last. I am supreme.
Oh,
I must break free.
Word splitter with our friend Eukaros's horns. All my mana got deleted. An interesting concept. Do you think the damage is gonna be there? And why are you thinking of a new build already? Have you... I don't think you've maxed your other one. Just the alcoholic experience? What do you mean it's currently unplayable due to bug? What do you mean? What? What happened? How did they screw it up with the patch? Flame Rush instantly can't. How did they do that? Did they not check what the patch is gonna do? That is pretty amazing. And unfortunate. Was that in the patch notes? Your Flame Rush is no longer usable. Oh, we're done here. Oh my god, that's a pretty bad bug. I have to say, that's a pretty rough one. Yo, where's my cemeteries? You're not loving the end state of the build, so you were already looking at... What's wrong with the end state? What do you mean? Uber worthy? What do you mean is the end state problem? Multiple people over? Nice. Nice. But what is the problem with the sand state thing? What are you talking about? Three LP quiver? 4 LP! Yo, I got a 4 LP quiver? Is this real? What world do I live in? A 4 LP quiver? Ooh.
They won't forget that.
What is going on here? I think I need to switch back some AoE. The final setup we found that worked best was using Flame Rush as lightning. Proc Brand of Deception on packs. Why not the orb?
That was close.
What happened to the orb? What is going on here? Ruin Prison Complex. Best strength scaling invocation is Lightning Web for mono runs. And either that or Covenant Arc for tough bosses. Oh yeah, the Lightning one Plasma Orb is not strength scaling. Oh my god, bro, stop moving. I should just power my hit up. Power up, here we go. You gotta be kidding me. Stop dodging. Oh no, not again. It's so obnoxious. Get me out. Let me read the rest of what you wrote there. I did auto covenant for 10 bosses. Those are target capped at 5. Hence needing something for clear. While leveling and pushing corruption up to about 500, you were using Plasma Orb, which was amazing clear. But that invocation doesn't scale with strength, so it's limited in usefulness. Plasma Orb is fully capable of clearing entire screens of every mob. While the other setup you run through echoes, hunting rares to flame rush into. Killing the stuff around it, and the rare with lightning web invocations. This means you ignore a lot of the mobs and feels weird. Plasma Orb has had a bad single target for rare champs bosses. Taking 3 to 4 minutes to kill Kairos. Wow. Damn. Oh my god, this 4 LP is actually really good. The rolls are great. 88 cold damage, 81 frostbite. Holy crap. 4 LP Troaka's teeth. I wonder if you can imprint this. Swap to strength stuff and you kill Kairos in like 30 seconds. I see. What about... I guess it doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of the strength stacking cold skills, essentially, they're cold skills, right? I think a lot of them need some buffs. I remember when I was looking through them, because a year ago, I was thinking about trying, you know, strength stacking Rune Master just for some fun time with some of the strength, some of the cold skills. But they didn't look as good. There are a few that looked interesting, but I don't know. Would be nice if they buffed them. Are we gonna slam the Troaka? I mean, we just finished doing a Frostbite build. Worst of all, we had to settle for a 2 LP, I think. Yeah, no, okay, it was 3 LP. Okay. Also, I don't have a good enough item to slam into this. But you know what I can do? Is ditch all of these Troakas. Nobody needs your 2 LP Troakas, dude. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. This, though. Oh. Oh. Main issue with scaling Brown is it requires a lightning skill that hits and costs at least 15 mana. Most of the invocations with cold second rune aren't lightning on hit, but are cold on or dot. Yeah, that makes sense. So we only have a couple choices. Both target limited. Ouch. That's unfortunate. I didn't realize that's the case. Okay, what happened? Where do you get a cemetery, dude? How do I spawn a cemetery? Maybe we'll look at this thing and reveal the area. Can you guys believe it? We got a 4 LP item. That's my first 4 LP item for the season. Why did you spawn it over there, game? These dark arrows are such a troll. Such a nasty troll. I got a 4 LP Troaka's Teeth. Troaka's Teeth Quiver. 4 LP Troaka Quiver. The Frostbite one. Pretty good, no? That's a good LP to get this season. I mean, it's not bad. The unfortunate part is we already finished our Frostbite run. We finished our Frostbite play. And how do I get a triple exalt? Triple tier 7 quiver now I need. Need a triple tier 7 quiver. That's gonna take a while. Do we need to bring the drops on the right hand side so we can write the most exciting things of the day? 4 LP quiver, that's damn. Let's power up. Is there, I don't know. Is there a build we can try that we haven't tried already with 4 LP Troaka? What's a fun setup?
Easy.
Oh, here's a cemetery. There we go. Net trap puncture. I need to read what net does. Not gonna lie to you. I need to read what net does. It triggers puncture. Eh? I think I remember there was something about puncture in the net tree. I vaguely remember.
Easy. Too easy.
Is that a falconer build though? Not necessarily. Maybe we can pull it off. What's the single target on it though? Because that sounds like a clear build, but no single target. Frostbite though, which skill though? Which skill? Yeah, but which skill? Which skill? Which skill is dealing the single target damage? Puncture? Can it really scale that high for single target though? Can it really scale? %. Hail. Nice. Net. Puncture. Trap uses puncture. Net traps now also use puncture for you when they're triggered. And 15% of zero is still 0. Nice. Nice. Stay of execution. Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work with the trigger? Interesting. I don't know. Many use puncture to stack the bleed buff, then throw traps. There's no multipliers though. There are no more multipliers in here, other than down here, which is like charge nonsense. You don't really have many more multipliers.
They won't forget.
It's the usual marksman story. Every skill is a utility skill because it has no multipliers. Skills that have no multipliers are not damage skills, okay? Not in my book.
Easy. Too easy.
They're utility skills. That's what the game is telling me. You hear that, EHG? If you put a skill and you give it no more multipliers for damage, you're telling me it's a utility skill. Not a damage skill. Let's see what we got here.
That was close.
Flip a baby. Here's Giga buffed. Let me buff my damage. Yeah, I kind of want to get a nihilist from Abby. I'm gonna run a few Abby kills. But to do that, we're gonna farm a few Harbies. We died. Damn. I like that they have little rooms with like giga bosses in there. It only has 48% more and 20% more mold that will pass through the frostbite. Yeah, it's kind of weak, isn't it? Unless we test that, the one that's the wind-up one, the charging one. If that one works somehow with the net, maybe that's worth. Do you think it's going to apply? Probably not. Is it direct cast? Only on direct cast, probably, eh? There's a unique item we must check. We must do our due diligence. How? Bro. Doesn't say direct, but I don't know how you'd make nets charge up. That's what I was thinking too. Unless it's bugged and it just instantly gives the moar multiplier. That's like the only thing that's... But I'm sure they wouldn't leave a bug in there that long, right? Wouldn't they? Probably not. Uh-oh. Oh no. So now, start over here. And we'll do all of these. Because why not? Okay, let's go. You can get 420 frostbite chance for punctured tree. 585 with the quiver, no LP. So you can stack a lot of stacks, but each of them doesn't do much damage. If you can just double the damage, you need half as many stacks to dish out the equivalent amount. Kind of wish we got a 4 LP bleed quiver for this build for HoA. Because we want to try the HoA bleed build. If only we got... More OP of that one. Bro, chill. He didn't drop me. The eyeball. You won, boss.
This destruction pales before the void.
That was easy. Ooh, perfect. This is interesting. It got 70% critical strike avoidance, but only 77 dodge rating. Are you seeing that? What kind of a perfect roll is this? Wait. The dodge rating is lower than my current one. I'm so confused. How does that happen? How does that happen? They must be independent rolls or something? Okay.
The dragon's rage for nothing. No escape. No, I can still fight.
Nothing good. He doesn't seem to be dropping the eyeballs. Do I need to go at a higher corruption or something?
This destruction pales before the void. Great traveler. All paths lead to Alberon.
At least it's a pretty easy fight.
The dragon's raged for nothing. No escape. No, I
Still no eyeball.
do fight.
This is a pretty efficient way to farm boss uniques though. Spamming the Harbies, because the Harbies drop the boss items as well. Pretty good way to farm boss uniques. And these maces as well.
This destruction pales before the void. Great traveler.
1 LP Horns of Eucharos. With pretty decent defensive rolls. I'll pick it up. Hey, Adrenaline. What are my thoughts on spark charges? Great AoE and probably decent clear, but I think single target is going to be a major problem for any spark charge build. I think there are some builds that maybe can excel at that, but I think it's going to be clunky. It's going to be single target limited. It's not going to be your Uber Aberoth killer, you know?
Will end you.
20% health. I think I have too many of these maces. Yeah, I don't get the Harby Eye. To reach the shared blah blah blah. Must prove their strength against the Harby. Why is it not dropping them? 1K corruption, 1K corruption, Sparky Spellblade. How was the single target niche?
This destruction pales before the void. Great traveler.
Yeah, normal Abby, you'll be fine. You'll be good. Oh. Thanks, niche. Another one of these, dude. Does Uber have exclusive drops? Yep. Uber has exclusive drops. He drops this crazy good glove, like pretty broken glove. Especially for melee, it's broken. And then it has this relic that's pretty broken as well. Frozen, you compared it on the boss dummy, you were able to get to 82%. He got his Frostclaw Sork to 75%. Is that a lot? Or no? I have no benchmark. I have no reference point. It's close to keeping up with last season's. Oh, that was last season though? Build got buffed for offense. But Frostclaw. Did Frostclaw get buffed? I don't think so. Yeah, I guess these ones do not drop the Harby Eyes. First crossbow changes doesn't affect the build. Other than losing clans. Oh yeah, yeah, that's not too bad then. That's not really an impact. I guess ward retention was just a massive loss. That's the major change in the patch. Everything else, offense side is fine. Oh man, I'm so exhausted today. Went to the gym. Went biking. Kinda tired. The new Rise belt is a huge DPS increase. Yeah. What were they thinking when they released this belt? That belt was... When I read that, I was like, what? Why? 25 hit on a belt? Why? It's so busted, man. It's hilarious. Good belt.
Destruction pales before the void. No escape.
Easy. Too easy.
I can still fight.
Double Joro rings. 48 int each. That sounds legit to me, man. That sounds legit and a half. How come all the hearts are spawning with 0 LP? That seems peculiar. I think that's a good choice, the Joro rings. I like it. Should be good until red rings at least.
The dragon's
Red
rage
rings
for
too good.
nothing.
But also obtainable, I'd say. Now in this season. More so than ever.
Abaroth will end you.
How am I getting shield 1 LP more than relic 1 LP? Play more than cooldown. You could macro that build.
This destruction pales before the void. No escape. I can still fight.
He can still fight. These are pretty fast. Unfortunately, they do not drop what I was looking for.
The dragon's rage for nothing. Great traveler. No escape. All paths lead to Alberon.
Ooh, 1 LP. You're also trying to play around Mana Strike. Currently using Flame Brand to keep stacks up for more spell damage. And the node for more ward with Mana Strike.
This destruction pales before the void. No escape. Kill you. Kill you.
Oh man.
The dragon's rage for nothing. Great traveler.
Whoa! What just happened? But I have so much HP. What hit me twice? I turned my brain off. Turns out I shouldn't probably do that. I'm so tired, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
This distraction
Full day at work.
fails before the void.
Gym, bike.
No escape.
That's when we need some chill farming. Those are the days when you just wanna, you know, do some chill farming, not worry about things too much.
Will end you.
Just unwind, you know. That's why we have gaming, right? What would we do if it wasn't for gaming to unwind with? I wonder what would I do? Can't even play soccer anymore. All my bones are broken.
The dragon's rage for nothing.
And also you can't play soccer all the time. Soccer is like something you do until you break a leg. Okay, bro, chill.
No escape.
Yeah, what would I even do if we didn't have games? Yeah, Mana Strike for clear should be fine. Original poker kit build. You don't like buff maintenance, so you dropped it. Also means you interrupt your mana generation and stop applying spark charges. Not a pure gain. If it's flat spell damage, it doesn't add much.
Before the void.
Because you're running 200 int, which is 400 spell damage flat. You don't need the extra. You already have too much flat spell anyway. If I understand what we're debating here. At least they get a lot of needles. Wait, do I need needles? I don't think I need the needles. Silly needles.
The dragon's rage for nothing. No escape.
Another one.
To Alberah.
You stick with static and autocast lightning strike each second? For even less maintenance? It's more flat than little spell crit multi, which isn't as useful probably for taking a skill specialization. Yeah, it sounds like a very minimal gain. Especially if you're stopping to attack with it. Especially for clear. Like, you're never going to realistically stop to attack with it for clear. And given that they keep giving us more and more int stacking items, we get more and more flat damage from that.
The dragon's rage for nothing.
Ooh.
Will end you.
Nothing. Have not received a 2 LP item yet. Where's my 2 LP item? Or sorry, relic. Yes, we used up our LP RNG for the day with the 4 LP quiver drop.
I can still fight.
Shattered Worlds. Yeah, that's right. The relic. 5% or like 10% DR. It's crazy. And then 5% flat crit, plus 1 to all skills.
Dragon's rage for nothing.
Giga broken.
No escape. Kill you. Kill you.
For Spark, you can use Stormcraft Testament. Stormcraft Testament is a nice item. I always enjoy it. Always like using it. Feel good item.
This destruction pales before the void. No escape. All paths lead to Alberah.
In fact, solid 2 OP uniques. Let's add some relics. Twisted Heart. There's the storm card. Nice.
The dragon's rage for nothing. No escape.
They won't forget that one.
Alberah will end you.
You know what they should add to the game? Oh, I have a great idea for a Weaver Tree node.
For the void. Great
Oh, I have such a great idea. You guys are gonna love this. For a Weaver Tree node. Just one second, let me kill this guy. Wouldn't it be cool for a Weaver Tree node that makes it so your LP rolls for an imprinted item, for an imprinted unique item, the LP roll is lucky. Wouldn't that be nice? And you can imprint boss items as well. So anytime it drops, let's say I imprint my heart. Wouldn't that be a fun one? Hey, Weezy, what do you think of my idea for a Weaver Tree node? Where you can imprint a unique item and it makes it so that the LP roll is lucky. So it rolls twice and gives you the better version, the better option, the higher LP number. Hey there, Avaris. Shout out to the guy on Reddit who shared the rune I have a Havoc tech. You get your tier 7 shuriken, lightning damage, body armor. Nice. Nice. What's the tech? Is it just using the rune of Havoc, or you don't know how any of it works? Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a little bit like your Atlas tree in PoE, but there's this fancy tech with imprinting stuff where you can put an item and you're more likely to get it to drop from things. I don't know, man. But I'm thinking you imprint an item and your LP becomes lucky. Wouldn't that be nice? Lucky LP? Yeah. My damage is pretty decent though, I must say. On this character. Get a piece with tier 7 exalted everything. Anything rather. Craft the class armor mod you want. Here, yeah. That's the play. Yeah, that's the Havoc, the way of the Havoc. I used that as well, I think, on something. I don't remember what, but that is the play. I like it. I like it. Ooh, I maxed out my stability. Oh, he's dead.
This destruction pales before the void. Great traveler!
RBIs. Oops.
The dragon's rage for nothing!
Yeah, that helps that there's people posting on Reddit all this stuff. I gotta look at Reddit more often. Didn't check it today. What's the status on the last epoch Reddit today? Anything interesting? Okay. We farmed through that. Let's go and kill Abby a few times. Okay, boom. Crap. I forgot to swap my damage. Oh well, I should be fine.
So you finally returned to me, and with a guest. But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberoth! Face us, yourself!
Not too many haters on Reddit. Nice. Reddit and like gaming forums can be so savage, dude. Blizzard forums are the worst, probably.
Don't worry about me!
Such wasted potential. Orobis would have welcomed you.
Did I not hit that?
You fight for nothing.
Oh, that's so dumb, dude.
The void hungers. Weak and worthless.
I'm not landing my hits, dude.
Were denied. Terra turned her back on us. Darkness reigns. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Die! The world called to Orobis. This is his answer.
Yeah, they nerfed his damage a lot. Probably because they were making an Uber version. He just doesn't do much damage nowadays. If you were a streamer, you'd never visit any of them. Yeah, Blizz forums. By the way, didn't they make Diablo 4 Season 8 this week? Didn't they drop that? What's the situation? That's another thing I should have checked, you know? I'm curious, what's going on with D4 Season 8? What's the consensus? What's everybody saying? Seems bad as usual. Not again. Is there a broken OP build? Vampires again, basically? Oh no, dude. How do they fail so hard every time? Let me go look. Let me go look at maybe D4 Reddit or something. Just to see what's going on. D4 Reddit. What? What? Diablo 4 Season 8 is absolutely shameful? That's like one of the highest voted things. Turns out the real endgame was investor satisfaction. No! No! Diablo 4 Season 8, a disappointing step backwards. Oh my god, these are the top 3 Reddit posts! Is it this bad, dude? Baronet DLC login problem. Allow werebear and werewolf fur color to change like it used to. How did they go back? They went back to not being able to change? How did they devolve the game? Do not buy the reliquary massive bug. Oh no. There seems to be a common theme on the new Season 8 max roll tier list. Overpower, 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 overpower. Wants to fish for 3% overpower. See, this is what I'm talking about. Builds that revolve around proccing some stupid stuff, like overpower builds in D4, they're garbage. I hate them. I mean, I don't hate them, but I hate if the strongest thing is the game in your class is some stupid proccing build. Make my skill do damage. How hard is it as a developer to make my actual skills? Not the garbage that they proc, but my actual skills. Make them do damage, please. None of this overpower and cold bow. What is the winter bow? What is it called?
The altar of oblivion.
Oh, that is so sad, man. D4. D4 failing yet again. I was like half considering trying it out. I considered it for just a second, guys. And then I realized it's dropping like yesterday and I'm just way too busy this week and just it's not gonna happen. But I considered it for a second. In an alternate universe where I had a lot more time, I'd probably play it, you know, why not? But holy crap, I'm glad I didn't. I am so glad I did not. This is brutal, man. You won the competition for the health of the genre, but honestly, you're loving the fails by D4 and PoE2 because it last people hit and delivered such a fun game. And you're glad they're getting praise for it.
Such wasted potential.
What's going on with my tab? Yeah. I honestly want PoE2 and D4 to succeed. That's my ultimate best end state you can imagine. Do-do-do-do-do.
The void comes. See the beauty we were denied. Terror turned her back on us. Embrace oblivion.
This guy's a tanky boy.
The gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fate. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Oblivion. The world called to our abyss. This is his answer. The void comes.
At least this guy's pretty easy now, the non-Uber version. He's just tanky.
Abyss, help me!
No. Acheros. You can rest now.
So is there a crazy broken build in D4 this season? Is there something that's busted? Because usually they have like one build that's a bit on the broken side. Usually. GG has been so ridiculous with their behavior and direction recently. Do you think it will do them good to get humbled? I think they did. I think 0.2 plus the reception to last epoch, the two things combined, I think was a very good wake-up moment. If there was no competition for GGG, they might have stuck to their guns. They might have been like, okay, we know what the perfect ARPG is. You just guys are clueless. We'll show you. But now that there's good competition in last epoch, sadly not in D4, I think that I truly hope they start valuing quality of life more and things like that. So I think it's good. If GG needs to get dragged through the dirt a little bit for them to wake up, you're okay with it? Yeah. I'm hoping for improvements as well. I've been lucky. I missed the PoE2 0.2 season. Turned out to be a pretty bad season. So luckily I missed it. I missed the D4 season just now. To be fair, it was a long shot for me to play it anyways. But, you know, getting lucky. Missing the right seasons.
Enough of this. Harbingers, entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Traveler, don't worry about me.
I won't worry about you.
Such wasted potential. Orobis would have welcomed you. You fight for nothing. The void. Yes.
Oops.
See the beauty we were denied. Itera turned her back on us. The gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fates. Darkness reigns. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy.
What's he doing now?
World called to Orobis. This is his answer. The void come.
ESG basically countered every single one of their beliefs. This game is so friendly, respects your time, quality abound, quality of life abound. Builds are zoomy and strong, gear is dropping like crazy, and I guess what? People were loving it. History. Much truth.
No,
Hey, we got a 3 LP Flames of Midnight.
you can rest now.
That's not too bad. Where's my 2 LP null portent? I'm waiting. You think Last Epoch won't be able to compete with big companies like Blizzard and GG? These two can fix the situation with their games faster than the Last Epoch developers will have time to release a new update, given how long it took for the 1.2 patch. There's truth that the 1.2 patch took very long. However, notice that Diablo 4 has been out for a year and a half now. No, 2 years. Diablo 4 came out in June 2 years ago. Notice that for 2 years, they've made progress, but their endgame is still weak, man. And 2 years is a long time. You would think with those resources, they would be able to do something and fix the game up. But 2 years later, I'm still surprised at the state of the game. Tencent owns, they definitely own a big share. I don't know if it's majority though. I can't remember. But you're right. Tencent are involved in both. Uber Abaroth is probably the best design boss you've seen in the RPG. It is pretty solid, yeah. Although the junk on the screen gets a bit too much. So you're basically on a time clock. There's no real way to dodge all of the junk. So that's a bit of a problem, I think. Yeah, it's yeah, soft and rage. It definitely forces a DPS meta. You cannot fight it for an extended period of time. Blizz is cooked. You're not arguing that D4 is a terrible game, it's true. No, I know. I'm just surprised. Because I agree with you. I thought Blizz would have been able to pivot
Of oblivion.
and make improvements faster. 2 years ago,
Finally,
when I first played the first D4 version,
but first, prove yourself.
after getting through it, I was kind of disappointed,
Face us.
but optimistic. I was optimistic that they'd fix it up, that they'd add a lot more. And I don't know. I feel like I've been proven wrong. They're not fixing it fast enough.
This, Harbingers, entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Traveler, don't worry
You can almost play it no hit if you're good enough. I don't know, man. It's tough. Even if you're good, you're gonna trigger the bubbles,
This would have welcomed
the toilet on the ground. Where are my arrows, dude?
Turned her back on us. Embrace oblivion. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Die.
You don't want to get hit by those things in
The void
Uber mode. Diablo release was probably the worst leveling and grinding experience you've ever had. Running dungeons was the most boring, inducing thing you've ever done. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I agree. Yo, we got the amulet. Hey, it's 1 LP. Not the best rolls, but it is 1 LP. Is it worth using? The health, the percent health is weak. And reduced movement speed. That's a lot of hate, man. You wish Shattered Worlds was attainable without being forced to find a build to be able to beat Uber? I agree. I don't like items that are locked behind stupid content like Uber. That's not really great content where it's like only some of the builds can do it. Like it's not even skill related. Some builds just straight up cannot Uber. Some classes. Some classes are going to have some major problems Ubering.
So you finally returned to me.
Including, you know, Marksman.
But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Face us.
Having 3 strong games is ideal. I completely agree. I would love to have 3 strong games in the genre. So that everybody's pushing each other to do better.
Easy. Too easy.
How is she not even hurt, man? Your issue with D4 was that it was just meh. The skills were just basic, the upgrades simple and not existing. And the endgame board thing, the Paragon board, oh my god. All of the system were so basic and so lame. All of the systems were so bad. Like the skill tree was pathetic. It was like you choose 1 out of 2. What? The skill twig as we know it. The Paragon board, they made it sound so fancy, but like that was just such poor salesmanship. Because when you're trying to oversell something on its complexity and then it turns out it's something that's not that complex at all. It's just even like kind of basic. Because there's a lot of traversal stuff in the tree. It's just a bad look, man.
Fight for nothing. See the beauty we were denied. Terror turned her back on us. Darkness reigns.
What?
The gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fate. We treated the world no better.
It doesn't stop blabbering.
Legacy. Die. The world called to Orbis. This is his answer. The void hungers.
Yo, dwarf. What did you did the marksman? Was it the cold bowl Heartseeker thing? What did he do? That probably was what he did, right? Ooh, another amulet. Another 1 LP. -5 to all resistances.
No. Atros.
Interesting. Veteran tricks to farming experimental items with exalted mods. Use just like you were saying earlier, Havocs. Havocs are like the best thing to do. Havocs. Can you put a link on Discord, sorry? He killed Uberabi with frostbite? Yeah, can you drop it on Discord? I guess I can also just go to his channel. Raphael, you farmed regular Abby like 10 times and didn't get any amulet. You gave up. Yeah, I can't tell what the drop rate is. It seems to be about 1 in 10 though,
With a guess.
roughly.
But first, prove yourselves
I've gotten
worthy.
3 so far.
Face us.
Not today, but
Now.
2 today, and then... No, no. Yeah, we're good. 2 amulets back to back when you started doing it. Now you're getting... Yeah, that's not bad. 2 amulets is not bad. Have you ever seen that YouTube video with the guy doing
Such wasted
the Vile Lady with the meme CI plus EV? No? No? The Vile Lady? The Vile Lady.
you fight for nothing. The void comes. Weak and worthless. See the beauty we were denied. The terror turned her back on us. Embrace oblivion. The gods tore our world apart. They deserve
What?
face.
I made a toilet.
The void comes. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Oblivion.
Adziri, yeah, okay, Adziri. I know, I remember Adziri.
The world called to our abyss. This is his answer.
More toilets.
The void comes. The void comes. What? No. Our abyss. Help me.
Marksman Uber Abrov. Okay, let's check it. I got this amulet 3 in a row.
No.
Are you seeing this, guys?
Atros.
3 amulets in a row.
You can rest now.
Damn. That's pretty good. No, it's here for the next 10. Let's go. If possible. Can I check out? Let me check out that video real quick. Woody Joe. So it's the Heartseeker crit. It's crit Heartseeker. Oh my god, dude. Dude, there's toilets everywhere, dude. He's got toilets going every which way. That is so nasty. 15-minute kill. That is awful. That is awful, dude. For a skill that is touted to be a single target solution to marksman. Not to mention that a significant chunk of his DPS is from the procs. It's on the Discord. The video is on the Discord. That is, man, Heartseeker sucks. And I'm assuming this is a pretty optimized version, eh? Woody Joe would not just go in there just like that. How do I feel about Heartseeker? Kojak, it's trash. I feel like it is absolute trash. Utter garbage. 2 out of 10 in terms of numbers. Damage is 2 out of 10. It's good at proccing things and like... Yeah, I answered the question before. Yeah, we managed to bump it to 3 out of 10 with the tankiness. The tankiness got us to 3 out of 10. No, but the skill itself is awful, man. I hate that a skill that is supposed to be our single target solution doesn't do any single target damage. Like, what is this? I thought it's supposed to be a single target layer, you know? 15-minute Uber Aberoth kill, where majority of your damage is probably coming from the procs and not from the actual skill. How would you do it with a Havoc? Let's take a look. See. Something like this right here. These arcane bracers, I've picked them up because they've got tier 7 health and they've got tier 1 health conversion. So I could swap the health with a Havoc for the conversion. And then make it work that way. What is this? Unicorn Marksman. I don't know what that is. Oh, the Atziri kill. What do you guys think about Heartseeker? Am I out for lunch? Am I the only one here that thinks Heartseeker is garbage? Am I the only one? What do you guys think? Tell me. If I'm super wrong, please let me know, because I'm confused, man. I'm confused. Right now, I've been farming Abby, Quiet Storm. But usually I farm, I don't know, I probably farm 500. The 900 multiplicative damage is just too clunky. It's I should have thought about it a bit better. Heartseeker is a skill that it has a very high variance in the amount of damage that it does because of the recurve mechanic. High variance can be okay if you're proccing a lot of hits. So I think high variance can be okay if you proc a lot of hits. However, when we make it have a cooldown, we're combining high variance plus cooldown. That's a problem for DPS. You cannot have your DPS be high variance and attached to a cooldown. If you want high variance DPS, make sure it's spammable. It's a spammable skill. So I should have thought through that. That was an oversight on my part. But you think it's interesting surrounded by a class that is 5 years out of date? It is interesting. I like the concept. I think the class is fun. It's interesting. But the numbers are just not there. The numbers are just very lackluster. Sentinels. This game is too easy. Marksman. This game is too hard. Mages. When do we get to play? Mages got to play last season. They wanted to delete the class for this season. ESG is like, you guys, mages, you had your fun in 1.1. Now sit down and shut up. The Heartseeker build is so fun so far. Nice. Do you feel like you're unable to do something that you would think you would really help you progress? Beastmaster, I'm still here and some people play me. Yeah, Beastmaster. People are trying to
Wasted potential.
fix snapshotting thanks to me. That's the Beastmaster situation right now. It's the snapshotting class. What am I doing here?
You fight for nothing. The void hungers.
Man, these arrows are so dumb, dude. They really need to fix the quality of life on the arrows. Right now, it's a bit non-existent.
Terror turned her back on us. Darkness reigns. The gods tore our world apart.
Does that stay there for like 30 seconds?
The void comes. We treated the world no better.
Ooh.
Is our legacy. The world called to
I don't even need to dodge his stuff.
is his answer.
The normal version doesn't do that much damage. They shifted all the damage to the Uber version. Obviously, HoA ESG gives a little more develop to all classes because it felt disproportionate. As anyone can tell, it's just something they'll develop with time. Yeah, I do feel like their patches are a little bit too...
No. Atros.
Raphael, you tried Mage, not so bad, just no broken.
Now.
What was I saying? I feel like their current patch design and patch strategy, it's too lopsided. Every time they patch, they make one or two classes viable and way too overpowered. And basically, the other two or three classes kind of extremely overshadowed. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they have a very good strategy or even a strategy at all. They're just kind of doing stuff. They're always seem to be like on the back foot trying to fix something. And in the process of fixing that thing, they make it overpowered. And then next season they have to delete it. But then they're fixing something else. And then another class becomes fixed and overpowered. So it's just kind of a silly cycle where I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I just hope at some point they get out of this cycle and enter a cycle where they're able to update every single class somewhat equally every season. They have been trying to fix Falconer for 3 patches. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Falconer's still kind of broken in here and there. Like broken OP, that is, in terms of damage. Nerevaris, one thing that's been on your mind is the build diversity long term. Did ESG ever talk about how they were going to keep classes interesting? Like, are they going to add skills, or is the base skills plus 4 or 5 skills per mastery? And they're more likely to add masteries? I think they're more likely to add masteries. I've heard the concept being thrown out there, but they just have so many old, clunky, outdated masteries that they need to touch up and fix. Lich needs the skills as well, yeah. Yeah, Rogue and Lich both need a skill, yeah. So... I don't think they have to actually make it into a reasonable cycle. I think making something OP for a season is okay, as long as OP doesn't mean as OP as Sentinel is right now. And then cycles are 3-4 months instead of 1 year. Exactly. If you have a 1 year where Paladin is just broken, OP, that's not a good cycle. It's not a good strategy. They're still relatively young. Indeed. I hope they're learning. They're making upgrades over time. Fine-tuning. Falconer came out with Warlock, and that was great with mages too. Not the strength guys. And now the strength guys are on top over everything else.
The altar of oblivion.
Paladin needs its last skill, but Paladin is already broken. Paladin does not need an extra skill. They can wait for that one. For yeah, I mean, at least until another pack. That's hilarious. Paladin doesn't even have an extra skill. It is so broken already. That is hilarious. You would love for the new Lich. One sec. You would love for the new Lich to synergize with Cold Converted Lich form and Chaos Bolts. Yeah, Chaos Bolts, man. Is there any way to filter for items that have the COF tag in the stash? Try it. Try entering the string and see if it highlights. Strength, mate. Everything strength. This is the strength season. The season of strong. It doesn't work? That's a bummer.
See the beauty we were denied. Terror turned her back on us.
Uh-oh. Why did I not pick Proctos? That was weird.
They deserved their fates. The world fall to our abyss. This is his answer. The void comes. Hope will not save. What? No.
Stomp, stomp.
Help me.
Stomp. You've been stomped. No amulet that time.
Atros.
We got a lot of amulets though.
You can rest.
We could start rolling them, to be honest. Could we roll it a bunch? I don't even know who's getting stopped. No, I don't. I don't need to know, right? I just enjoy the spectacle. Do I need to know what's going on to enjoy the spectacle? No, sir. Avoid winter bolts. What the crap is this? I don't even know what this spear is supposed to be, dude. Seems like a meme to me. They rolled all that lore for me? Pretty sure I wasn't the target audience. I think it was someone else. Nerevaris, you'd like more skills to be viable within each mastery. I couldn't agree more. I want almost every skill to be viable, you know? That's the dream.
The altar of oblivion.
That's Pierre's fodder for a parry contest. No, I think Perry has standards, man. He has standards. He's not gonna do that spear. I'm just kidding. I like his contests this season is like set items. That's really good. He might put that spear on a contest, but it's hard to make it work, man. That spear looks very, very memey. Very memey. Too memey. I don't think he will pass Perry's standards. He already did a contest for it? How did it go?
Don't worry about me.
Was there anything that dealt any damage?
Wasted potential. Oropis would have welcomed you.
Look at that, I'm blocked. Oh, it's because that guy's there.
You fight.
Maybe I'm wrong. I like to be proven wrong. Tell me that it does damage. Tell me that the spear does damage. That's like a good way to be wrong. I like being wrong when it turns out something actually does damage.
See the beauty we
and it exceeds my expectation. Those are good times.
Darkness reigns.
All builds were pretty mediocre.
They deserve their fate. We treated the world.
Were they at least a good spectacle?
Death is our legacy.
Were they at least a good spectacle? Dodge, dodge, hit, hit. I don't even need to dodge this guy. They nerfed him too much. They nerfed normal Abby's damage too much. Look, I'm in the toilet. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. Look, I'm in the toilet. 1 sec. Let me set up my stuff. I'm gonna go in the toilet again. Here, I'm in his toilet now. I'm leeching through his toilet. Can a naked sentinel to Uber better than a marksman? Probably. No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
No. Ateros. You can rest.
1 LP, not bad. Dot damage was too strong last season. You stand on dot and it deleted you. It's true, but it's not just the dot. I think they nerfed all of his stuff. And I know why. It's because they wanted to make the normal Abby easy. Very easy, very doable. And then the Uber Abby near impossible. So they made the normal Abby just be doable at like 300 corruption kind of thing. So it's an interesting strategy. I think that makes sense to me. How many more eyeballs do we have? We're going through all of our eyeballs today.
The altar of oblivion.
So you finally return to me, and with a guest. But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberoth! Face us yourself!
Salad? What are they talking about?
Enough of this, Harvesters. Entertain my dear
You think I should play PD2? Is PD2 balanced? Is it well balanced? Raphael, you wanted a woven boss. You thought there was one with the teaser video. You know what? You're right. There was no woven boss. Maybe they're saving it for the next patch.
such wasted potential.
Maybe they're saving it for the next patch.
Would have welcomed you.
That could be a play. Because you're right. The teaser did seem to indicate some sort of spidery themed boss thing, but it turned out to be just the spider lady at the end of the cemetery, which is kind of lackluster. It's not a real boss, you know. Not a boss.
The void hungers.
Uh-oh.
The gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fates. Embrace oblivion. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. The world called to our abyss. This is his answer.
Oh, why am I not picking this?
Void comes. Will not save you. What? No.
Even has its own multiplayer service.
Help me.
May 16th is season 11. Hey, that's not a bad date. That's like 2.5 weeks from now.
No.
That's a good ways away to give us an opportunity to
You can
enjoy a bit more over here. 1 OP Azurio. Azurio? Azuro. You can put Rejubies into your stash tab and run right into your belt in season 11. Nice. Project equip health pots with your belt manual. What? Have they improved on that?
The altar
Fastest
of
quit you
oblivion.
ever had when you played a demo for D2R? Oh, having to... Can't you like shift right click them?
Finally return to me.
You can shift right click potions, right? In Diablo, no?
Prove yourselves worthy.
Aberoth, face us.
Am I too rusty with my Diablo knowledge?
Enough of this. Harbingers, entertain my dear sister.
When you pick them up, they try to fill your belt first.
Don't
Oh.
worry about me.
If the type is assigned to a slot. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Orobis would have welcomed you.
Whoa, where's the toilet?
For nothing.
Wait, what? I dodged. I clicked dodge. What happened? We clicked dodge. Oh, I lost my eyeball, dude.
The altar.
Well, that was weird. It rubber banded me. Did you see that?
So you finally
Maybe the dodge wasn't finished.
and with a
I'm seriously like
but first prove
so
yourselves
giga tired here.
worthy.
Aberoth,
Brain is half off.
yourself.
Enough of this.
Oh, they're dead.
Harbingers, entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Traveler, don't worry about
Oh
me.
man.
Such wasted potential.
I like all the hands.
Would have welcomed
That's pretty neat.
you fights for nothing. The beauty we were denied. Terror turned her back on us. Embrace oblivion. The gods tore our
I like tanking stuff just to see if I can do it.
their fates.
A good time. No, bro. Where'd you go? What's going on?
We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Die. The world called to Orobis. This is his answer. The void comes.
Quiver, quiver, quiver.
What?
You were leveling a VKE rating Strikeronis in hardcore. You had 1300 HP max, whereas thought you were gonna have an easy time, but no, you got popped. In a 75 area.
No.
A 1500 siege gone. Wow. I mean, is that the one that gives you a 10-second warning? Is that the nuclear launch detected? Is that the skill that we're talking about here? The nuclear launch detected skill? What happened? Did they like stun lock you inside of it or something? What the hell happened? You were Vicky, you were... No, you're thinking of Paladin. Paladin's the immortal one, not VK. What were you thinking? Restart and roll Paladin. Roll Paladin and you'll never die. That's what all the hardcore PoE tryhards were running to get the 5,000 bucks. Yeah, Paladin, that's what I'm talking about. He was watching Netflix on the other screen 100%. You guys know the secret method. That's one thing that Last Epoch, can I just say, Last Epoch is super friendly for Netflix watching on the other screen. Something like PoE, especially if you're playing hardcore, can be a little bit butt clenchy. Not a good, not a good experience for your Netflix enjoyment. But Last Epoch, if you find the right corruption level, you're just chilling, clicking buttons every now and then, and enjoying your show.
So you finally returned.
Put a bow on your paladin, good luck.
The guest. But
Good luck.
first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberoth, face us yourself.
Whoop. Are they dead yet? Salad? Good. Salad lady's done.
For a moment.
Traveler, don't worry about me.
Look at all these resistances, man.
Such wasted potential.
The Racing Strike reminded you of Judgment Pally
Welcomed you.
when you would get all your mana back with VR. You run forward, slam, VR, repeat. Right?
You fight.
And the whole screen just dies.
The void hungers.
The void is hungry. And get a snack.
See the beauty.
Get a snack, a Rooney.
Terra turned her back on us.
What is going on?
Darkness reigns. The void comes.
Just such a bad spot to be on. Definite misplay. What? Did I miss him then?
They deserve their fates.
Ooh!
We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Oblivion.
Work, I want you to kill Uber Abbey on hardcore with a paladin. Tomorrow, if possible. Get going. Oh, I got hit by two of them. That's some next level skills right there. I could fall asleep right now, guys. So tired. There we go. Amulet. Don't remember Judgment being that notable, even when you could equip a wand still with the Hand of Judgment. Well, nowadays they spam it, and it's not that crazy as DPS, but it's that survivability that it gives you. Because I think each additional stack heals you. So you can stack like 10 puddles on top of each other, and they're all healing you, and you're immortal. Nothing can touch you. Not even Uber Abbey can get through your recovery. Judgment was already very strong in 1.1, just not that strong. Judgment Paladin is basically Ward Mage. Yeah, invulnerable. Double dips with damage and healing effectiveness. Ward Mage put on that armor, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Paladin got to shine. Paladin got its moment in the sun. And then next season, it's gonna get the static orb treatment. It's getting officially deleted from the game. This skill turned out to be not what we wanted. So we will be discontinuing its use.
The altar.
It was a nice skill while it lasted.
So you finally returned to me, and with a guest. But first,
Let's go.
Aberoth, face us yourself.
enough of this. Harbingers, entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Traveler,
Of all the broken builds that we've had over the last year and a half since 1.0, what do you guys think is the most broken one? What was the most broken build ever in last Epoch? I think the Ward Warlock of 1.0 was pretty crazy, but that was just survivability. It lacked the true damage. You think melee detonating arrow Joker in 1.0? That was 1.0. That was 1.0. Detonating arrow Joker was 1.0.
Such wasted potential.
Because it was traps. He was using all the traps, yeah. I think. Can't remember. But yeah, it was impressive DPS.
The void hungers.
Falconer area explosion. Falconer anything was so busted in 1.0. Bro, take a chill pill.
The gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fate. The void hunger. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Die! The world called to Orbis. This is his answer. The void comes. Hope will not save you.
That was beyond broken. Now you have to directly cast detonating arrow. That bone curse bug on transplant. That sounds familiar. What was that bug? Oh yeah, when it was using the multiplier of the skill. When bone curses hits were using the multiplier of the skill that was proccing the bone curse. That's right. I remember that now. Yep. That was pretty busted. Good times. I remember that. We're not getting our items. You currently solve that with a plus 40 mana strike.
The altar of oblivion.
The 40% base crit node.
Finally return to me. And with a
Falconer right now is still broken. Yeah, Raphael, I completely agree.
worthy.
Falconer can kill Uber Aberov in 1 minute. Under 1 minute. Under 1 minute. It took Marksman 15 minutes. You know, one of the best marksmen in the world. Woody Joe. Took him 15 freaking minutes, dude. Falconer can do it under 1.
Entertain my dear sister for a moment.
That's your backup if chakrams fail.
Don't worry about me.
What do I think was the most broken build? So 1.1 static orb was strong burst, but as soon as you run out of mana, it's a bit of a problem. So I wouldn't say it was the strongest, most broken build ever. I definitely think the 1.0 Falconer DPS was beyond broken, man. And it was sustained DPS. You never ran out of mana. You could DPS that stuff for days, you know? Can you imagine? 1 minute Aberoth with a nerf. That's a nerf Falconer. The 1 minute Aberoth is after a bunch of nerfs. Now imagine 1.0 Falconer would have been like 22nd Uber Averroth, something stupid like that. It was getting, I don't even remember, some stupid numbers on damage. That probably has to be it. The 1.0 Falconer was just so busted. DPS wise. Survivability, yes, it was not the most optimal, but DPS wise, like, who cares if you just one shot everything in the game? What else? 1.2 Judgment and VK. They're nice. Like, Judgment survivability is busted, but the DPS is, mediocre. It's not broken. It's fine. It's good DPS. It's solid, reliable DPS. The Erasing Strike is broken DPS, sure. But I don't think it's nearly as broken as 1.0 Falconer, man. Yeah, it has to be 1.0 Falconer. DPS wise. Survivability wise, we've had a bunch of bugged stuff. Survivability wise, we had at the Warlock at 1.0 with the bugged, what was it? The Bone Curse wall eating, something like that we had. The Infinite Ward one, 100k ward, 200k ward. We had the over 100,000 healing hands. Yep, that's 1.0 again. 65,000 ward with Frostclaw Mage. There was one patch that they released. It was those rings. The rings from the Fire Lich boss. Those rings, when they first released them, they were super broken. You would get like 100,000 ward in no time by stacking ignites on the enemy. Thousands of ignites on the enemy, and then boom, you get stupid amounts of ward. I think maybe they didn't have a cooldown. Yeah, I think they didn't have a cooldown when they first dropped. It was just beyond broken. They quickly patched them though, very quick. So survivability, we've actually had a lot of broken stuff. Even this Judgment stuff, it's pretty good survivability. The only problem with it, the only weakness of it, is that it's weak against one shot. It's just not great against one shot, right? Nation found the evade button. That's pretty funny, man. I respect the commitment to the evade hate.
You can rest now.
No, I'm in like, ooh, tier 7, tier 6. I'll pick that up. I think we have one more eyeball. You still have a negative review up for last tip of writing evade. That's funny. Well done. Well done.
The altar of oblivion.
So, you finally returned to me, and with a guest. But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberoth! Face us yourself!
Enough of this, Harbingers. Entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Traveler, don't worry about me.
Wazda is the future, old man. Evade is the future.
Wasted potential.
Ah, I can get behind Wazda, that's for sure. Evade, I kind of already got used to it. It's okay, I guess. It's alright. I don't love it, but like, I guess I don't hate it either. It's alright. Okay, whatever, man. I would rather be DPSing though, rather than evading.
See the beauty we were denied. Terra turned her back on us. Darkness reigns. The gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fate. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Die! The world called to Orbis. This is its
Orbis.
answer. The void hunger.
Is Wazda in D4? Nope, nothing is in D4.
Orbis.
They got nothing. How are they getting this much hate? It's unbelievable.
Aperoth. No. Ateros. You can rest now.
Two OP gel cores. I hear your argument, Niche. Yeah, I don't mind it. It makes sense. I'll keep this. In case we do a decoy build. Decoy. I don't know. Actually, I don't want this. Alright, I think we finished all of our keys, yeah. Ooh. It reminds you of PoE where it's very obviously scoot and shoot, and to be honest, don't really know EG's stance on how they intend to design the game player loop. I feel like some of EG's stuff is like, hey, this looks cool in PoE 2. Let's copy that. The game isn't designed around it perfectly, but they throw it in because it feels good. And I think, I don't mind that, honestly. I think they're learning as they go along. And they're trying to adjust and adapt the game as they go along. And they're bringing some of the cooler concepts. What do we have in here? Chronomancer Julra. Frostlich Formosus. Usually likes 3+ button builds. A death of Herod. Let's go kill Herod. Is 3+ button builds a diss or is that a compliment? I can't tell. Some people like it, some people don't. I think I actually don't mind 3-button builds. I think I like it. I don't know. As long as I don't have to bash them and mash them all the time. As long as I don't have to click those 3 buttons too often to break my keyboard. PoE is 1-button builds. So 3 is a compliment.
That was close.
Not for a PoE player. You want to play 100 builds? Right? If you have shoulder problems like me, maybe you want to rest your shoulder and just play with one hand. Easy game. How nice of you, good sir.
I won't go back. I must break free.
More quivers. There were some builds in PoE 1 that were pressing 6 7 buttons. A mouse only build should have big limits. Shouldn't be able to push this high. I kind of agree, yeah. I can get behind that.
My brilliance is unequaled.
Hey, what happened here?
My research wasted.
Islam melee builds were lots of buttons. Wombo combo! Wombo combo is coming! Wombo combo! Wombo combo! Everything explodes. You know what? Why don't we bump this up? Should we bump this up? Why is it only 122? That's like 150. It won't bring me to 500. You're not going to good put a totem down, buff yourself, do a melee skill. Each pack. Each pack, eh?
This is a mercy. Shatter.
I think a 5-button build can be fun, man. It's about how it's designed. If it's like you do 5 buttons and then nothing happens and your DPS is a joke, yeah, that's not great. That's kind of boring. But if you actually click a lot of buttons and you get something very meaningful, a massive burst of damage, that can be cool, right? You dead, bro. You know, it's interesting. The button build, the number of buttons in the build, that discussion, it's more contentious than I would have imagined. I didn't imagine it would be so, you know, so spicy to talk about how many builds, sorry, how many buttons we should design builds around. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? You know what? I'm going to delete this. We all easily fall into that elitism trap. This is a mercy. Just run a bot. Sometimes I feel like a bot. You know, I just click buttons and enjoy my Netflix. That's the bot experience, man. But it's not so bad. If you're looking to unwind, you don't want to use your brain too much. That's my problem. Sometimes, like, when I take 2 or 3 days off to blast Last Epoch, it's a good time. And I'm like try-harding. But during other times, during other periods, like right now, there's so much to do at work and at home, and it's just too much, man. In the evening, I just need to chill out, not use my brain, and kill Aberoth a bunch of times, you know? Raphael, when you talk to your friends that played PoE1, playing with buttons or combos, they hate it. You were surprised about it. Yeah, I guess everybody wants quality of life, and sometimes that can be interpreted as quality of life. What happened here? The bonus corruption went down. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh yeah, we switched to Hail of Arrows. It's really nice damage. Quite juicy damage. A bit of a wombo combo setup with the... Ooh. With the arrows, with the quiver stuff. But once we get it going, stuff melts. Nice. If you want to check it out, just go exclamation mark build. Boom. Oh, crap. Boom, there you go. If every build was one button, it's not fun. I agree. I agree. I would not want a world where every build out there is one button build. That would be pretty lame. That would be pretty lame. And just to mention anomaly, this volley, if I'm doing like a boss explicitly, just single target, I would take these 4 points out and then put them here and here, probably just spread them around, and the single target DPS is a lot better. Man, my corruption's not even 500. Spoken like a true 40-year-old. I'm not even 40. What are you talking about? With wife and kids, satisfied with who he is and what he has, and plays games, relax, and have a good time. Not try out for the Olympics in every game and a ladder of some sort. Yeah, I mean, I can only try for very limited bursts. I can only try hard for like 2 or 3 days. That's the limitations that I have. So, it's rough. I'm also getting old. Like, you know, not quite 40 yet, but close to 40. So the fingers are not as nimble, you know? Fingers are getting old. Not clicking as the way they should be. I need a buff to my fingers. Need a major buff. My fingers got nerfed recently. My hand-eye coordination has been severely nerfed, and I'm not happy. I'm going to complain to the devs. I'm going to launch an official complaint. I want a refund. This is not fair. Let me read up. At the end of the day, it comes down to the philosophy of the game designers and how they want their game to play out. Yeah, true. Some people like D2 until the end. Yeah, man. And it's a very large number of people, too. The number of D2 diehards is quite interesting to me. It's quite fascinating. I would not have expected it. If you asked me like 10 years ago, you know, D2R, blah, 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 how many people are going to be playing it, or at least following it and enjoying it on a long term? It's a surprisingly high number. StarCraft 1. I think StarCraft 1, maybe I would have had higher expectations for. Because I think StarCraft Brood War, it still has a pretty cool scene. The pro scene in Korea, still pretty healthy. I was watching, you know, some of the highlights from some of the games here and there. It's good, man. It's a healthy, yeah, very healthy place to be in. I don't know how many people play versus just follow the scene, but still. Rare wins. You respect players who enjoy playing piano builds. Yeah, I agree. Quite commendable. Not easy. I can't do it. Which is why I have so much respect for people that play Invoker in Dota 2. Have you guys seen Dota 2 Invoker? You gotta take Adderall or some other crazy drugs to be able to play that class, man. I've tried playing Invoker. I've tried it. It's a nightmare, dude. I need like 3 brains to play Invoker in Dota 2. Hate that hero? I don't hate it. I think it's cool. I have so much respect for the hero and for people that can actually play it. And probably if I was 15, I'd be able to, you know, get good at it. Invoker is what you expected Rune Master. Yeah, it's true. Rune Master was a bit of a letdown. No, vice versa. Rune Master it tries to be Invoker. Invoker is actually the real deal. Invoker came way before Rune Master. Meatball? You don't like the meatball? Biggest disappointment ever. Yeah, they need to bring Rune Master closer to Invoker, man. Anomaly, you made an RF Paladin setup with the Judgment, eh? Strictly focusing on juicing up Judgment Aura. Oh, yeah. And it does unreal amounts of damage and decently tanky as well. Hitting for 2 million per dot. Ticks at the dummy, excuse me. Not as good as the meta ones, but always had a soft spot for RF. Nice. Must be a pretty big area as well. The AoE must be solid. It heals you too. That's like a very smooth setup. Invoker is the OG. Yes. Don't you dare say that Rune Masters or Invoker is like Rune Master. Invoker is the OG. They copied Invoker, which I love because I think it's cool. Guys, look at this. I got 3 OP Sirpins Floracto 3. Is that good? Is this good? Do we know if this is good? Javelin no longer pierces, but when it hits an enemy, it splits into 2 piercing spears that are fired at enemies around the target. 1 additional spear is created per 12 dexterity. Why? Why would you create something that is essentially very similar to the skill that already exists, or to the node that already exists in the skill? Sometimes I don't understand Last Epoch Devs' design philosophy. It's like, let's recreate a skill node in the skill tree inside an item. What's the point? What's the point? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, you have the lightning forky thing already. It's the same thing, no? The cursed javelin build. I mean, I'd like to run a javelin build. I've always enjoyed the javelin skill. Don't get me wrong. I think javelin is a cool skill. And quite frankly, this is decently well rolled. The fizz pen is on the high end. The melee fizz is good. It's solid. The dex is solid. The crit, melee crit is not good, but if we're running javelin, we don't care. Interesting though. Yeah, I sometimes the unique item design philosophy for EHG confuses me. Javelin Electrify does the same thing as the Electrify node in Javelin. Yeah. Why? Why? Why is that the case? Can always push more damage, but would be sacrificing defenses. Can you tank Uber Abi with that anomaly? Is that Uber Abi viable? I don't think it is actually, but it would be fun to try. It might be. It might be pretty close. It might be really close to Uber Abi viable. The whole philosophy of putting special characteristics, abilities on unique items. Yeah, some of them are, many of them are interesting, but some of them are just like somebody needs to be vetting those and going, you know what, that sounds bad. Let's not do that. How much dummy DPS do you need for Uber Abbey approximately? Well, I mean, it depends how much survivability and tankiness you have. Because something like Judgment Pally can tank insane amounts of damage. So it can actually stay longer in the fight. What's going on, dude? Whoa. I had like 3 champions there. Builds that are dependent on chase items. Sometimes I guess you gotta transition into it. You plan to try it as soon as you get a decent nihilist drop. Oh, that reminds me, I have a bunch of nihilists that I need to think about what to do. I don't know, I feel like 2-3 million DPS on the dummy should be decent for Uber Abbey. It'd be a very long fight, but if you can survive and you can tank through a lot of his garbage, it might be alright. Ouch. Soft and rage, yeah. Yeah, he spams a lot of goop on the ground, but Judgment is actually pretty good against that, right? Judgment counters the goop with infinite regen. Judgment versus goop. Judgment wins. What is going on, dude? Why am I dying? Who is doing that? Judgment into goop is good lore. That's right. Yeah, I'm right.
That was close.
No, stop dodging.
To my will. My research wasted. We'll crush you.
You're just in the aura. Once every 8 seconds. What is going on here? Dark Quiver. Dark Quiver. Even if you're not on the spam judgment setup, doesn't it do crazy good heal still? It's not enough heal. You did a 550 corruption fading brink, and man, their big line attacks one-shot you through your defenses. Yeah, that's rough. I'd probably get one-shot too. Uber Abbey will probably eat you up if you don't even get more defenses. Fading Brick at 300 corruption is so easy, but 550 is a beast. I should try it at 550. I do have one extra Fading Brink I dropped recently. I don't even know who gave it to me. Who was the generous bastard?
That was close.
You need more block, endurance, raw HP. You can live flying and 550 corruption with judgment aura. But is that a single judgment or is it the judgment? I guess it doesn't matter because he's talking about one shot. So the heals don't matter when you're talking about one shot. Uber Abbey crazy. Okay, let's slough that one arm that we have. Are we gonna die? No, we're good. Come on, Nihilus. $77 block, that sounds decent. Block effect sounds decent. 75% armor. Decent. I'm sure you could go higher on the armor actually, but I mean it's not bad at all. Max endurance, 1100 endurance threshold. 3700. I think the HP. You should be able to get more HP though. Yo, Blair, welcome, man. We are chilling out, enjoying some good farms. We killed Abby like 20 times today. He gave us 3 or 4 amulets. 3 or 4 of his fancy amulets. Kill to drop at 2 LP though. Uber or nothing. I don't know if I feel like killing Uber. With our current setup. We need to tank up a lot more, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know mine. What's going on here? If it bleeds. Oh. This little bro ran away. Let's go find his friend. Friendos. You're selling hell of arrows. That's nice. That is not bad. You're saying regular Abby doesn't even move your health, but Fading Brink at 550 one-shots you? Yeah, they've nerfed normal Abbey a lot. Kind of a joke right now. 3/4 of Uber Abbey. You think in terms of tankiness at 500 corruption? Very hard. You just need to survive the one-shots. One-shot survivability most important.
Easy. Too easy.
Oh wow. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, you're saying it's 3/4 of the damage? Yeah, yeah, makes sense. So it's more like 750 corruption is like Uber Abbey damage. Why am I picking that up? Why? Frostlich. Yeah, you're just dancing everywhere. Honestly, even those normal mobs one-shot me when I tried it at 300 corruption. You know, the little guys from the Temporal Sanctum. I mean, they two-shot me. They two-shot me, okay? They two-shot. The two of them hit me at the same time and I died. But on my second attempt, I cleared it. So I don't know. Might be worth trying at 550 corruption. Would be interesting. That was such a bad... Oh no, it worked out. Never mind. Should we try 550 corruption? Fading Brink. I do have one.
That was close.
Just for the challenge. Your aura forces you to be in melee, which makes it hard to dodge some of the hits. Makes sense, yeah.
Get that one.
Yeah. That means I would have to wake up and actually dodge attacks, you know? Do I have the brain power to do that? Because I'm legit, like,
Easy. Too easy.
pretty exhausted. Been a long day. $17 int, nice. Well, let's just bump it up to... Oops, what is this? Let's bump it up to 350 corruption, I guess. Let's try at least. To find a spot. The best part is the woven echo doesn't go away. Yeah. As long as you don't reset your echo, you can keep going. Can we do that? 500 corruption?
Easy. Too easy.
I have my Uber Abbey echo at 500 corruption. That I haven't finished yet, obviously. Nihilus. Oops. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. You like Paladin mainly for how easy it is to cap your resist? You wish Rogue had more resistances in the tree. I know, right? It's kind of a bit of a gimped passive tree, especially for Marksman. I genuinely dislike the Marksman passive tree. I wish they would fix it. Oh, bro. The lightning elementals are so annoying. It's horrible for Blade Master. Why do Falconeer get Dex to Armor passive and not the Blade Master? Right? Dex to Armor is such a high value thing. You played Hail of Arrows Marksman before your Paladin. It was so painful trying to get damage with Morning Frost and destroying your res. Yeah, that's the Marksman experience in a nutshell. Equip Morning Frost so you can deal damage. Get some sort of garbage proc skill so you can deal damage. Be 0 HP with every single Marksman build. Blade Master gets low life damage reduction though. That's pretty huge. The low life damage reduction is actually legit, man. I like low life DR. That's pretty solid, no?
That was close.
What are we replacing with this time? Oh, here's one. Silver Shroud, yeah, it's either godlike or complete trash. Yeah, but if you get hit by 2 hits, you're dead. Yeah, against 1 hit, it's invulnerability. But against 2 hits, it's absolute guaranteed death. It's so silly. Falconer is like a better blade dancer. Yeah, that's probably true. There's some truth to that. Especially the, killing Aberoth, Uber Abbey in like 1 minute. Blade dancer cannot do that right now. How is this thing one-shotting me, dude? What is this? This is filthy. Wouldn't call that inconsistency. Yeah, I just don't like it. I just don't like Silver Shroud as a gameplay mechanic. You're invulnerable or you're dead. Tier 7 Dex Max Bro. Wow. Ooh. Oopsie. The champions in the tombs. And their damage over time stuff. Raphael will get 24% DR, but if we don't get low life, that's the other thing about low life is like you can't easily scale ward retention. It's very tricky. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It's not a good place. I don't think it's in a good place for sure. All of Rogue is in a pretty bad survivability place. Yeah, the new minor idols and the chest piece. Oops. Oh, sorry, the gloves. Frostbite gloves. They help if you can stack some cold res. Give you a good amount of ward retention, but you know, pretty big sacrifice. And it's a must, pretty much. That was without empowering any of my Hail of Arrows. I was just casting them without shadows. Ouch. I got greedy. Oh! Oh no, 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 no. Wait, what? I was rating the item. I was checking the drop. 5,000 damage? Damn. Oh, the drop sucked. Well, at least we know that now. Huh. Word retention health minor idols are pretty goated. Yeah, I think they should nerf those a little bit. I do think they're a little bit on the OP side. Raphael, you went life and had high dodge and our high armor, but low life has DR and shift recovery. Like 70% of your mana. Oh, yeah. Yeah, take it easy, Nerevaris. Thanks, man. Like a nosht. Like a nosht indeed. Shift mana gain below half health. Oh, wow. I forgot about that. 48 mana. Not bad. These should be rare. Prophecies for damage is done. Why they're so scared to let Marksman loose and let it do more damage when it's so squish. Paladin is tankier and also does more damage. Yeah. Right now, Marksman is just in a bad state all around. Low life feels better, but it's hard to get armor and dodge. Yeah, you would have to skip the dodge, honestly. I would prioritize armor over dodge. It's just dodge is easier to get because we have dexterity. I think dodge needs to be overhauled.
In my way.
If anybody
The rage of winter.
got that out of my video, I do think dodge needs to be overhauled.
Is a mercy. Shatter. Do not stand in my way.
Or at least I would like it if it was. Stop jumping, bro.
This
Is he
a
bugged?
mercy.
I think he's bugged.
I did
Oh, he
my
got unbugged.
best to protect my people.
There we go.
Heorot was weak. An endless winter. Face me. No, I can still fight.
In power? Where did he go? Yeah, if you had to farm idols inside the cemeteries, that could be interesting. If you're forced to do that. How much DPS do I think my HoA is doing? Let's test it on the dummy. We haven't done a dummy test in a while. You want to test it on the dummy? Let me just respec it a bit. I'll go pure DPS, pure single target DPS. We just need to do one of these and then we should have max. Max HoA.
That was close.
We need one more. Is there a general optimal weaver tree setup? Well, I think number one priority for your weaver tree should be to get all of your imprints. Get all of your imprints. Any optimal weaver tree should have all the imprints. And then there are some things that are a bit conditional afterwards. Like for example, if you're farming weavers well, There's that one Weaver's Wheel reroll. Like Weaver's Wheel rolls are lucky. So if you want a Weaver's Wheel item for your end game setup, you want to make sure to spec into that, right? Somewhere here, I don't know. Oh, right here. Oh wait, there's not even 100% lucky. It's like 30% lucky. All right, let's go to the dummy. Go to the dummy. To OP fragment. Yeah, what did I do? I got some loot lizard synergy. I got a little bit of champion stuff. A little bit of nemesis stuff. Apparently pile of runes is good. I haven't been keeping track of it though. Alrighty, let's see here. So, first, I'm just gonna click a rain of arrows or a hail of arrows without any buffs. So it gets up to 100, 120k without any buffs. 120k around the max. Now we're gonna buff it up. That's one of them, that's two of them. Yeah, we're around 2 mil ticks. We're talking 3 mil ticks now. Can anybody see what's going on? How am I sustaining mana? Heartseeker. Plus some passive. I have 1 point here, but also 5 points in mana warp. And then if you look at Heartseeker, we do actually have 4 points in Heart Drain. So that helps a little bit with mana sustain. Seems that the odds of a champion mod in an exalted item are like LP4. Never saw any. Really? I've seen a bunch. I've seen a bunch. So what did you think? Is that damage? That damage is okay. I think we can definitely improve it a bit. Show the champion. What do I search? Champion? Champy champ? No, no, no. Not here. I don't know, man. What kind of items do they drop? It's no boots. It's not named, it's not proccing. It's not proccing. I have some, I'm sure of it. Surely I have some, right? What items did it drop? Like, what base types? There is one. Here's one. Hey, look at that. Here's one. Does that count? Personal affix. Why didn't it show up? Pretty sure I have some of them that are tier 7 on both sides. The Exato is not named champion indeed. It should say personal though. I don't know why it's not showing up under personal. I don't know. Anyway, I guess it's not looking inside there. What do you guys think of the DPS? 2 mil ticks is okay, I guess. It's not too bad. And that's in the single target setup. You know, it'd be interesting to check just if I click it once without any additional hits. Just one click with the shadow stuff without a buffs. Without a buff. Let's see. Because we looked and we saw without shadows, without any buffs, it was like 120. It was 3M. We got 3 million at some point. Yeah, I was spamming a lot. I think at some point we could get, if we overlap 2 or 3 of them on top of each other, we could get 3M probably. Anyway, let's just check this. So without the buffs, we can get 120. With the buffs, 700. So it's 5x. All these multipliers, the multipliers from this and this, and these shift ones, all of those multipliers like 5x the damage. Can you imagine? These increased ones as well. Can you imagine? Crazy. Is there an item upgrade we want? I kind of want to finish all my prophecies. I want to see them clean. If HoA did 3 times its current damage, it would be worth playing rogue. I guess. You know what's funny? HoA is one of the best options for rogue. You know, DPS wise, it's one of the better options. The quality of life for it is pretty poor though. Not ideal. But DPS wise, it's solid. Like rogue perspective, solid DPS. Oh my god, wait, what? Oh yeah, we're doing this one. Yeah, so given that we do 2-3 million damage, like optimal conditions, 6 with HoA, I'd say 2 million DPS on Uber would be tough. With your judgment. 2 million is going to be a bit tough. The only thing you've got going for you though is the crazy survivability. It might be alright. What's going on here?
Freedom at last.
Where's my arrow?
My research.
Another 3 OP quiver.
My brilliance is unequaled.
They won't forget that one.
The judges will.
There we go, quivers. Are we almost done with all those exiled mage quests? Use another champion affix with a tier 7 on it. All right. This is rare as 4 help. It's not that rare though. I think I've had other ones. Maybe target farming one is rough. Yeah. Target farming one of the 10. Yeah. I see what you mean. If you want one specific one out of the 20 champion affixes, how do you target farm that? That's a nightmare. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just saying I have one of the 20. And you're saying, no, I want a specific single one. Okay, let's do Frost Lich. A Frost Lich, here we come. Boom.
Why are you fighting for these beasts? No matter. You'll die.
Where are my arrows?
The chill of death. No, I am undying. I feel.
Beasts to be culled by the void. Death comes. Coward! Coward! Endure this. Dodge this.
What happened? I thought I cast on her.
I am one of many.
All right, let's go one more time. One more time. Please tell me I have enough. 8 short? You serious? Guys, if you're like a dev for 3 milliseconds, which skill would you make OP? Which skill would you make do like 10 times the damage? Or, you know, at least viable. Which skill would you buff up? Let's say in rogue class. Let's keep it a little bit simpler. In the rogue class. Just to narrow things down. Otherwise, it's too crazy. What skill do you want to just enjoy? Just enjoy. I think I'd like to see Shuriken. I always enjoyed Shuriken, you know? Honestly, there's a bunch of other skills I wouldn't mind seeing viable as well. But Shuriken was always a good time. Single target, you know, Shurikens in a line kind of Shuriken. Ah, you had Shuriken as well. Yeah. That's... Let's go. Buff Shuriken. I know there's a build for Shuriken, but there's multiple builds for Shuriken, but I want it to do more damage. I don't want to play just a, you know, mediocre build. I want to be able to deal single target DPS. I want Shuriken, like the single target Shuriken in the line Shuriken. I want that to feel kind of clunky clear, but great single target DPS. That's what I want out of my Shuriken in the line. Wait, where did it go? Yeah, this one, Shuriken in the line. I want this to make Shurikens be like crazy good single target, but kind of clunky for clear, you know? That's what I'd like to see. Can we have that, please? Ma'am, ready, please?
Why are you fighting for these beasts? No matter. You will die soon enough.
Ooh, there we go.
Embrace the peace of
So we just need to kill Jorah and all our prophecies are done. One Jorah kill. Oh wait, I forgot about you.
Lied to us.
Nice. Hey, Mad Pickle. Hey, Omnis. What's happening, guys? What is happening? I feel like we should do one Jorah kill. What are you guys up to? I want to clear my prophecies, and then we'll think, what do we want for the next prophecy? Boom, boom. You want a build that leverages stun offensively. That sounds fun. Like something that scaled damage with stun, right? The only thing that I can think of is that Forge Guard class skill. There's one node that does bleed something with stun something. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it's the one node. Or maybe a more multiplier with stun, I can't remember. Got the damage to 5 mil. Damn, like the ticks on the dummy or something. Like the dummy ticks. Alright, let's go.
I will have it.
Hunter, you're being very productive right now, going through years worth of magic cards and selling off most of them to buy a car. How much are these magic cards worth? What's going on? Why are these still alive? Another item that I thought should be way cooler is this Jorah's Obsession. Passing a stat to your minions turned out to be surprisingly lame and lackluster. You know, I thought these would be cooler than they are. I thought, I don't know, I thought they'd introduce some sort of cool mechanic or something to pass to your minions. A lot. I never got into the MTG card gathering. I don't know the meta. You can buy a car with Magic the Gathering cards. That's hilarious. That's nice. It was OP to sell. Oh yeah, there was a patch where it was broken. But that was bugged though, right? Omnis Chill gameplay, good music as usual. Enjoying the stream from Norway. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can only stream for Euro time friendly time zones on the weekend, and it's just so busy on the weekend. Nice. With the kids, especially in the summer now, I'm trying to be just way more active outdoors this year. I feel like last year I wanted to do a lot more outdoors, but I didn't. So hopefully this year I can do a little better.
I knew you had something to ask. It would be my pleasure to satisfy your curiosity.
Retirement? Magic cards is my retirement plan. Yeah. I have a Diablo box. That's my retirement plan. I'll show you guys. One sec. Give me one sec. Boots. 1st of May, is it the day off? No, actually, I don't think so. Nope, I don't. No, tomorrow I'm working. I'm definitely working tomorrow. I have a bunch of presentations at work. I'm definitely working. One sec, let me show you the box. Check it out, my retirement plan. Original. In the box, still sealed. Diablo 3. I had high hopes for this, okay? My retirement plan. But you know, these are actually pretty good. Because you get one of these inside. And this is so cool, man. This one came with the Diablo 3, you know, collector's edition. And I'm pretty sure this is why the box is worth actually a decent dollar amount today. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's worth something. And this has the Diablo 2, the full game inside this USB stick. Have you seen this? The USB stick in the Soul Stone? Check that out. That is so sweet. I know. Have you not seen this? You haven't seen the D3 Lilith's horns. She stole those from Diablo. Okay, I have one more thing. I also have a Reaper of Souls, D3 Reaper of Souls collector's edition, but this is not worth as much. Because it doesn't have the cool Diablo thing inside. Look at it. It doesn't have this. Anyway. What else can I show you guys? Check this out. Check out my goodies, man. Look at this. Any Dota enjoyers? Can you recognize this hero? Who is the first one that will tell me which hero is this? I think I got this at TI. I don't remember exactly, but I got this at TI, I'm pretty sure. Which hero is this kid? Does anybody recognize it? Windrunner, yes! You got it! Pretty good. That's Pudge. Yep. Let me see what I got in my box. My box of goodies. Look at this. Box full of good stuff. Well, look. Another Dota hero. Yeah. Lena. Check these out. My bro at some point got a 3D printer and started 3D printing me stuff. So he printed me a Crystal Maiden, 3D printed, and he colored it and everything. Man, I know, right? My bro is the best. You see, it's pretty damn good. It's a 3D printed Crystal Maiden. What else do I got in here, man? 3D printed Necrophos, not fully colored. Or maybe, you know, I don't know, the color went somewhere. Maybe it was colored before. What else do we got in here? What the hell is this? Somehow I have an alien. And where did I get this alien from? This is not 3D printed. I must have gotten this somewhere. That's pretty sick too. Pretty good. What else do we have? Skyrath Mage. One of my favorite heroes. Skyrath Mage. Sniper. 3D printed sniper. Hell yeah. I think this came from TI. Some sort of Sven plushie. I don't even know. The transparency effect is messing it up. Okay, let me see if I can. Look at this Monkey King. I got that at TI as well. Some sort of Monkey King thingy. Monkey King, throw it in the trash. What else do we have here? Oh, look at this. A true barbarian. I have a barbarian figurine. Hell yeah. Not a Diablo barbarian, but you know, close enough. What do we have? Anyway, I have all sorts of other... Anything I got from TI, I put it in here. Here's a TI Dota inspired Rubik's Cube. I don't know why they gave us that one. But you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. Doom. 3D printed Doom. I have a lot of other stuff here. Anyways. I gotta say, Crystal Maiden, the Crystal Maiden. The 3D printed Crystal Maiden is one of my favorite ones. Raphael, you want to buff Dancing Blade? Man, Dancing Blade, Dancing Strikes. Yeah, this skill never got any love. It actually never... I don't think this featured in any build ever. Lethal Mirage has been in some meme builds. Synchronized Strike can be a good utility skill. Shadow Cascade is okay. It has been in builds, at least proccing Shadow Daggers. But Dancing Strikes, dude. Yep. Anyways, we're gonna gamble on some boots. Accessory, weapon, armor. So we're looking for like 2 LP Blood of the Exiles, right? There's a build that's using Dancing Strikes to buff Shadow Cascade, but it's too hard to use. Ouch. Yeah, we're ready for the Warhammer. We got all the little figurines. We're ready. Alright, let's see if we can get unique boots. This one's interesting because boots usually have like a very high LPL, but anyway, 1 is not enough. Nice. Death of Heorot for just 4 unique boots. Let's play greedy here. I don't want to kill Avom. What is going on here? We're not getting anything good. Actually, we'll do Fire Lich. Fire Lich is not a bad option. Death of a Nemesis. Yeah, we can do that. That's a welcome one. Come on. I don't want to do Shade of Orbis. Although we can print the Shade of Orbis map, can't we? Can't we buy it? Diamond Matron? Nah. I wish there was like a setting. Keep re-rolling until boots show up. Unique ones. Exiled Mage. Oh no, but that's the LP one. Oh my god, it's pretty rough. We're not getting them. I guess this is pretty easy to execute at least. Fine, I'll pick it up. There we go. Okay, these are lining up nicely. Oops, misclick. We should probably just select anything that's 2 OP in a boot. Should be showing up on our nice loot filter. Fine, we'll kill Hellrot. Do we want to do Lagon? Man, it's too spread out. I want them to be concentrated. I don't want to have to do every boss 100 times. Jorah is good. Emperor of Corpses. Killing a shade twice? Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Okay. Only 100k favor left. Almost there. I could have picked a bunch of arena champions and actually done them pretty easily. With the new Woven Echo, they're not too bad to farm actually. We better get the best boots ever. Come on, man. Where's the boots? Death of Immortal? I don't think so. Giant Scorpion. Okay, one more. There we go, Fire Lich. We're going right there right now. Let's try 2 Fire Lich kills. Let's see what we get. Hey, Bracker. Welcome. We're farming boots. See if we can get something nice. We're hoping for a good 2 LP Blood of the Exile.
Come to play with fire. Oh. The fire rises.
22 Weaver's Will. Oh crap. I need to fix my loot filter. Solid 2 OP uniques. Probably gonna add like literally any boots. Yeah, I think any boots that's 2 LP is worth looking at. Oh, look at that. There's a bunch of them with 2 LP. What? Two LP Morning Frost. Other than that though. You know what? I'm just gonna highlight. Yeah, I'm just gonna highlight. The boots that we're looking for because we can run it through the Nemesis. Maybe we'll just pick all of them up. Blood of the Exile. Okay. Only 2 of them. Not bad though. Let's try again.
Hey, come here. I need to speak with you.
These portal charms. Pretty handy.
Come to play with fire. The fire rises.
2 OP Flight of Quetzeri. 2 OP Telfoon. 2 OP Flight of Quetzeri and... Whoa! 3 LP Atera's Path. Wow. Is there a build that uses this? I don't think so. I mean, it's decent. It's got the move speed. It's got the healing effectiveness. The health. The health is actually pretty solid. That flat health. It's not bad. Interesting drop, nonetheless. We did like a bunch of them now. And I think we have 2 more to do. That's pretty cool though. 3 LP boosts? That's insanely rare, no? Hmm.
Care to chat? Come to play with fire. The fire rises.
Okay, last one. Fire Lich. Then I think we'll have to call it a night. It's way too late.
Come to play with fire.
Ooh.
Fire
2 OP lessons of the whatever.
rises.
Blood of the Exile. Blood of the Exile. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. $22. Is this gonna roll anything good? Seriously, bro? Come on. No move speed. We don't want it. Is there anybody to raid? Let me just quickly clean up the inventory. Then we'll check the raid situation. There we go. Everything has been organized. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. Let's see. Can we raid somebody? Still amazed how poorly Diablo 4 is doing. Waggle? I think I raided Waggle one time. Mr. Sleepy Cat. I think I raided him one time too. Good to see them. Okay, who should we farm? Or who should we raid? Who should we farm? Any raid recommendations? There's somebody that says pushing for Abbey today. 300 plus corruption. Erasing strike sentinel. Let's go. When they say pushing for Abbey today, is that Uber Abbey or is that just normal Abbey? All right, let's try this person. I've never raided them before. Mammoth, Mammoth Ego. All right, let's give him a raid. Oops. Let's see if we can do. Uber. Are they fighting Uber? Doesn't look like it. I think they're doing normal Abbey. Let's see. Let's go and raid. GG's, guys. We'll find all of these unique boots and what they do next couple days. I wish I could work on a YouTube video tomorrow, but sadly I have some other work I need to do. Very unfortunate, but I think on Saturday I should be able to make a YouTube video I've been trying to make. Anyways, let's go raid. GG's everybody. Hope you have a good night and go czysto, sama reszta.